There are many paths to crunchy roast potatoes, but many people will appreciate anything that makes the day run smoother. We may look forward to Christmas dinner all year, but the day can be mayhem for those making it. On top of hosting duties, many home cooks will be juggling multiple dishes with different timelines. One chef has shared a 5-day tip that will help your fluffy roasties get that delicious glass crunch and save you time on the big day. As shared by Sorted Food, one tip by Chef Kush Basin is foolproof: boiling the potatoes up to 4 days ahead. Chef Kush has worked in Michelin-starred kitchens, formerly as a development chef to celebrity chef Raymond Blanc at Le Manoir Quatsaisons and for Atul Kochar as executive sous chef at Benares. Roasties get their crunch and fluffiness from getting dried out. Boiling them helps that process, and cooks can do that days before so they completely dry out. Of course, you can boil them the day of, but refrigerating them overnight is a bonus. On the day of festivities, all you need to do is douse them with goose fat and cook them in the oven. In the video, the chef explains, you're getting them salt all the way through from the water, then you're going to give them an overnight dry in the fridge to get all the excess moisture out of them, then we'll get them straight into hot goose fat the next day, or 3 days later. The next day, they look like this. They've firmed up, they've gone nice and hard, they've gone white on the outside, and that's where it goes light and cloud-like, that's where it's really dry. All the excess moisture has been driven off, that's why I put it on a rack. Chef Kush has shown how it's done on YouTube and shared the following tips. Join the Daily Records WhatsApp community here and get the latest news sent straight to your messages. The Sorted Food Roast Potato Method: choose King Edward potatoes. They have the highest dry matter content and a low sugar content, which helps in achieving a dry, crispy outside. Prepare your potatoes up to 5 days ahead of the big meal. Start by peeling the potatoes and halving. You want large pieces, then add them to heavily salted, boiling water. It should be as salty as the sea. Reduce the heat to a tiny simmer, and once the potatoes start to fall apart and peel, they are ready. This should take 20 to 30 minutes. The peeling will help them absorb the salt from the water and goose fat when in the oven. Boil them the day before or up to 5 days before, so they completely dry out and will absorb the fat better. Once they are cooked, drain them thoroughly, then leave them on a cooling rack so they can fully dry out on all sides. Refrigerating them overnight is a bonus. Preheat a roasting tin with goose fat in an oven set at 220°C. The fat needs to be as hot as the oven. Then put the potatoes in, use tongs or place them in one by one so you don't get splashed. Make sure they each hit the goose fat and aren't stacked up. They should sizzle when they hit the goose fat. Douse them in the goose fat so they are completely covered. No need to season again. Cook them in the oven at 220°C for 20 minutes. Then reduce the oven to 180°C and cook them for a further 20 minutes. When you turn the oven down, rotate all the potatoes, so they get an even cook. When they are finished, they should be held together like glass and crack with a loud crunch when you take a bite, yet still have a deliciously moist center. Potato perfection. Don't miss the latest news from around Scotland and beyond. Sign up to our daily newsletter.